All right, and welcome back. Well, just because the kids are going back to school doesn't mean it's the end of grilling season.
Yeah, how about that? I'm so excited to be outside today. We're outside of our studio on Capitol Drive because we have Pat Fox here. He is the owner of Fox Bros Piggly Wiggly. So excited to have you back on the show. Joining him is Mike Witt. Super excited to have you too with Farmland Foods. And over here on the grill, yep, drum roll please, we've got somebody doing all the yummy work for us. It's Chef Frank Dominguez. He's also with Farmland. Excited to have you. We're talking about pork this morning, right guys?
Yes, we are.
The big question I think with pork is, do you have to cook it all the way through, or is it ever okay to leave it a little bit pink?
We're going to let Mike answer that
question. All right, Mike, what you got?
Well, the worst thing you can do is overcook pork. So we recommend at Farmland cooking it to 150 degrees, where it'll be just slightly pink in the thickest part of the meat.
Okay. All right. So what makes Farmland all-natural pork different than other natural porks? Because there's a lot of natural porks out there.
Well, in the case of Farmland All Natural, most all natural pork is just minimally processed, no artificial ingredients. Well, ours is not only that, but there's no added hormones or steroids. It's also 20% more tender than other all natural pork, and it's raised by American farm families. It's also USDA process verified, so we can trace this pork right back to the farm it came from.
All right, Mike, you said something that I think is important, because a lot of people don't think of pork, especially when it's cooked all the way through, as being very tender. But you claim that it's 20% more tender than other leading brands of natural pork. Why is that? How can you make that statement?
Well, because of our continuous improvement process on this line for the last 13 years, we've monitored the product, and then we have done what we call a retail roundup, where we go out into the field, we buy all kinds of pork and compare it to the Farmland All Natural. And because of how we measured up against the competition, we took those results to the USDA, and they allowed us to make the claim that our product was 20% more tender and has 30% more marbling.
Love that. You know, another thing you mentioned is the fact that it's all American farmers and you can trace it back to the farm that it came from. Why do you think that's important, that you know where your meat is coming from?
That's a big thing, it seems like today. People want to know where their food comes from. And so with our product, it's just ideal because it's all product of the USA. It's raised by American farm families. It's fed to the regimen that we've have set for the product. They follow that through and raise this great pork.
Well, we've got a couple of months left of good solid grilling, I would say, before the snow hits us. So Pat, give us some tips. What are some great ways to make pork, to grill it up?
Well, the one tip I'm going to give you today, Chef Frank told me, is when you're making ribs like he is, make sure you season them all the way around on the tips and the ends, so that the first bite has that same taste and flavor as the rest of it.
Yeah, because I don't know if people always think of seasoning the bottom, because that's really kind of the bone area.
Well, the bottom and the sides.
Yeah.
Another thing is he's using indirect heat to cook today, and he's using all hardwood charcoal, all natural hardwood charcoal too, not briquettes, but all natural hardwood charcoal, which we think also adds taste and flavor to meat. So. Well,
and when you said indirect heat, it's because a lot of the chips are on the side. It's not underneath.
Correct. It's not underneath. The chips are on the side, and he actually has some water under there too to add some moisture to the meat.
Okay.
It's delicious, I think. So what is he cooking today? These are ribs, right?
Right, he's cooking baby back ribs, which we have on sale this week for $2.99 a pound, and what he's making is a Gaucho rib with chimichurri sauce.
Chimichurri?
Yeah,
Yum.
I think I said that right.
It sounds delicious.
So it's a Farmland all natural pork back rib. He's got a Latin rub in this chimichurri sauce, and obviously it would be served with fresh seasonal vegetables. So.
Okay. How do you make sure you don't overcook it?
Again, the man said 150 degrees in the middle.
150.
The best way is use a meat thermometer and just double check the thickest part of the meat, and that will be your guideline.
Okay. And what would you pair that pork up with? Because I think you've got a great dish over here that shows some wonderful corn on the cob, some delicious sliced tomatoes. They're in season. A lot of people are picking them right now and enjoying them. And then that sauce to the side there is the chimichurri sauce, right?
Yes, it is the chimichurri sauce, which you'd put on top of the ribs when you eat them. So, and obviously you're in Wisconsin and it's corn time. You can't go wrong right now. The corn is outstanding.
It looks beautiful. I mean, that ear of corn looks perfect to me.
I know.
And so do the tomatoes.
So did you want to take a bite?
Can we?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you might want some wine.
Well, yeah.
Pour that up.
Too.
Yeah.
And pairing wine is important with your pork. You've got some wine specials as well.
Yes, we talked to Mike Gross, one of our liquor managers at our Slinger store, excuse me, and he suggested the Bridalwood Pinot Noir, which is $12.59 a bottle, or a Black Opal Shiraz, which is $6.59 a bottle, or the one I know you guys want to try,
Pour it up.
the Chateau Ste. Michelle Gewürztraminer, which is $7.99 a bottle. bottle.
I'll get tip.
And
oh, these are nice and heavy.
I think Gewürztraminer is like the perfect breakfast wine. You know, it's very sweet. It's almost a little bubbly, but not quite.
We think any wine is good for breakfast,
Cheers.
right?
Yes, we do.
Cheers.
And
Thanks, guys.
if you buy 6 or more bottles at Fox Brothers, you'll get a 10% discount.
Okay, say that again. If you buy
6 or more bottles of wine,
That's good.
you can buy 2 each of these. It doesn't have to be the same kind. We'll give you a 10% or more discount.
Oh, that's
Excuse me,
awesome.
a 10% discount on 6 or more bottles of wine.
there are some other unbelievable specials that you want to mention, right?
Yes, I do. As I said, we have the Farmland baby back ribs on sale for $2.99 a pound. We have so many things on sale this week. I brought the ad along so I can remember them all, but I'm going to
Good.
talk about the Farmland products.
Yeah.
We got the country style pork ribs for $1.69 a pound. We have the assorted pork chops, Farmland all natural, for $1.99 a pound. And then one of my personal favorites, which is the center cut rib chop. It's $2.49 a pound, and I'll give my grilling tip, which is get some Farmland bacon, wrap it around that pork chop, hold it in with toothpicks or skewers. It just is awesome to eat.
What do you think about
What
that,
I'm
Mike?
having-
That's a great
Thumbs
tip.
up.
I'm having that for dinner tonight, by the way.
Okay,
And a
the
medium pork spare ribs for $2.49 a pound. We have everything you might need for your grilling needs for this holiday weekend.
All right, so
Great
you saw
wine
those.
specials,
Then
too.
there's some perfect wine to pair with those ribs. So here they are. It's the Pinot Noir that you mentioned, the Shiraz, and the Gewürztraminer that we're drinking right now. It's super sweet. I love it. I think
Delicious.
people who don't generally like, especially like a red wine, if they get headaches or something, you like something sweeter, this is a good one to go for. And the
Delish.
Piggly Wiggly, there's lots of locations. You can check them out in Heartland, Richfield, Hubertus, Oconomowoc, Slinger, Jackson, Saukville, or go online if you didn't catch all those.
She
for the
committed
one-
it to memory.
Yes, closest to you, it's foxbrothersPiglyWiggly.com for more information. All those specials are in the flyer,
Yes.
but get those baby back ribs for $2.99.
And that Gaucho recipe is online at the Farmland website, which you can link to through the Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly website.
Perfect for the
So if you
chimichurri
want-
sauce.
Read those locations one more time.
All right, one more time. Heartland, Richfield, Hubertus, Oconomowoc, Slinger, Jackson, and Saukville.
And it's
There you
Fox
go.
Brothers Piggly Wiggly, not just another grocery store.
You got it.
There you go. Thanks, guys. And a great
Tasty.
time to have you here. Thank you, Chef.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, everybody. It was
Appreciate
fun.
it.